Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. In the book I'm going to be reading, it's about dealing with big emotions. Have you ever had a big emotion? How did you handle it? Did a trusted adult help you through it? Or were you able to find some strategies inside? In this book, we see some different examples of big emotions and how these children work through them. The title is You Are Your Strong by Danielle Defayette, illustrated by Jennifer Zivoyan. Let's get started. When puppies' woofs turn into whimpers, worry whispers in my ears. Mama puts her arms around me and tells me everything will be okay. Her calm becomes my inner strength, my strong, and worry washes away. When waves curl and crash and scared creeps in, Papa puts me on his shoulders and shows me brave. His brave becomes my strong, and scared slips away. If I can't find my stuff, Lovey, sad sprinkles my heart. Grandma rubs my back and listens until the sun shines again. Her love becomes my strong, and sad fades away. When someone knocks my blocks and mad stomps in, I want to scream and hit. Grandpa helps me find words instead of shouts. His gentle becomes my strong, and mad melts away. You are more than just your feelings. Inside you, you're strong, is light that shines like the sun. But sometimes you have to find your strong all by yourself. Like if I am full of worry when Sissy's late, I find calm by sitting outside and breathing blue. Or I whistle a tune until worry washes away. If I'm shivering with scared about monsters in dark, I find brave by making up a funny story. Or I rat-a-tat-tat my favorite song until scared slips away. If my balloon goes swoosh and sad pours in, I find love by helping someone else. Or I draw with my brightest colors until sad fades away. When someone grabs my bobo and mad charges in, I sometimes have to yell into a pillow before I can find words to get the hot out. Then I dive into an adventure until mad melts away and I find gentle again. Your strong helps you roar like a lion. It tells you you'll get through this. It whispers, just keep trying. Sometimes your strong helps others find their strong. Sharing strong makes it grow. Your strong is like a treasure inside of you. Sometimes you might need a little help finding it. And sometimes you just need to close your eyes and remember it's always there, burning bright. You are your strong. On the next couple pages, the author shares some support in dealing with big emotions. So I'll just read the first start there. So it says, strong emotions are an essential part of being human. They enable us to love, feel joy, and connect with others. However, strong emotions, particularly uncomfortable feelings like sadness, anger, and fear can be painful and hard to cope with. Children are not born knowing how to handle these powerful emotions. Perhaps you can think of examples from just this week when your own child struggled with anger or sadness. However, learning to navigate their own emotions is one of the most important developmental tasks young children face. As a parent or caregiver, there is much you can do to help your child build skills to cope with big emotions and to become their very own strong. So that's just some insight into having big emotions is very normal for children, for adults. But knowing how to handle those big emotions is also part of the story as well. So one strategy the author is suggesting is validate your child's emotion. So if you see that your child is angry or mad, show them that you see that, validate that. You're working really hard. I can see that you're feeling angry right now. How can we work through this? So labeling it, I've said this before. Once you label it, name it, you can tame it. And it's also important for the child to know what they're feeling. So if you help name it with them, they can go back in the future to say, okay, I felt this before, and how did I work through that? And another thing is to pause before problem solving. Don't always feel like you need to solve the problem. It's okay sometimes for children to sit in that emotion and to work through it as well. For us always giving them the solution or giving them some strategies to solve their own problem won't make them as resilient as they could be. For caregivers and adults, it's so important to model those coping skills. So when we're feeling a big emotion and the child is around, name it. I'm feeling frustrated right now. I'm feeling annoyed. And work through that as well, because that helps to teach them on how to name their emotions. Another strategy is to develop a coping kit. So in the book, we saw that the little girl yelled into a pillow, and that's okay for children to get out those big emotions. For some of my students, I have a little worry kit, and we have some different things in there, like a timer, so they can have like a certain amount of time where they can pay attention to that feeling, and once that time is over, to check in with themselves again. Sometimes a stuffy is in there or other things to help manage the emotion. Now, if you're noticing that a child in your world is struggling with big emotions, it might be an opportunity to seek some support. So you can seek support at the school or with your doctor, or reach out to some counseling. That can always help. And on this last page as well is just some information about the author, the illustrator, about the press, and the dedication of the book. I hope you enjoyed this book. It is really good to talk about emotions and to name those emotions. The more we talk about it, I think it really builds that social emotional learning, and then children have that resiliency in handling them. Take care, everyone, and I look forward to you stopping by my channel again. Bye-bye.